Right, so the two new icons you will see, you'll have Autocache Android Platinum and Autocache Android Platinum Templates. Now again, there seems to be some kind of coding problem here, because what I'll do is launch both of them. So there's Autocache Android Platinum, which is indicated by the title at the top left, and Autocache Android Platinum Templates. Now they both have exactly the same title at the top. However, when you click on New Website for the Autocache Android Platinum, you're given only one template to choose from. When you do the same thing over on the one that's launched from the Autocache Android Platinum Templates, you are given a bigger selection of the templates. So what I decided to do was just kill the Platinum one and stick with the one that's the Autocache Android Platinum Templates. So I think it's a bit confusing, to say the least. But as you can see, Autocache Android Platinum Templates. It's not, as someone who's been in IT, well, who was in IT for going on 13 years, to see something that's been launched in the internet marketing realm with such a huge flaw is rather annoying. But I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I went ahead and got into the actual product itself to see if it was capable of what it said it was capable of doing. So anyway, we'll get away from that and we'll go on to see what's happening here. So we have the two tabs. In Website Creator, you have two buttons, New Website and Load Website. Very simple interface, not a lot you could really get confused with. So we'll create a new website. Project name, this is basically the target market you're aiming for, so we'll just go for weight loss product. The project folder refers to the folder on your computer where Autocache Android is going to store the files for the website. So if we click on Browse, I've already created a folder called Weight Loss Website. Hit OK. And then the headline will be the top headline that you've seen on so many different sales pages. So I'm just going to make one up off the top of my head. What can we put here? Let me show you the magic way to drop £150 in 10 hours using nothing but a glass of water and an apple. Then underneath you've got the templates to choose from. I'm not entirely impressed with this either. You have got a selection of templates, don't get me wrong, but the templates are supposed to be $1 million templates. I don't know about you, how many websites you've looked at, but personally I don't think these really live up to making someone $1 million, but that's only my opinion. So let's just pick one. We'll go for computer and hit save. Then it brings up this edit page. Now what you're basically doing here is editing the web page that you're creating using Autocache Android. So for the title, we'll just put weight loss product of the year. The keyword that we're targeting, weight loss product. By the way, the slug above is just referring to the name of the web page when it's on the web server. The description, I'm just going to make something up off the top of my head here. This is a product that will simply blow your mind. Prepare to drop 4 dress sizes within a matter of hours. All you need for this magical transformation is a glass of water and an apple. Total and utter rubbish, but we're not exactly going to be putting this page live, so anyway. So there's a description. On the right side is where it's going to get the content for the website itself, for the web page. Now there's a button up here that says import article. So if you click on that, what it will do is it has a selection of 2 sources, source 1 and source 2. I'm not 100% sure where it's getting the details from. I think it's probably Easy Articles and Go Articles. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that, but anyway. So we'll pick on source 1 and we'll put in weight loss. We'll set it to 25 results, which is the default, and then click on search. So AutoCache Android then jumps out to whichever website it's pulling the articles from, and then it'll come back with 25 results for you to look at. Let's pick an interesting one. Is water fasting for weight loss going to be assisting you to drop some pounds? That looks interesting, so click on the preview button and it opens up its own little mini browser, and actually it's article base where it's pulling the article from. So we can have a look through the article to make sure it matches our requirements. Obviously in this case it's just for a demonstration. Yes, it does. So we'll close that and then click on save. And then it moves the article into the article box on the right hand side of the page, which is fine. Click on save again. And you now have your index.html. This is obviously going to be the main page of your website that AutoCache Android is assisting you to make. You can highlight index.html, double click on it, and it will show you. Let me see if I can increase the size of this window. There we go. So this is the page that AutoCache Android creates. Let me show you the magic way to drop £150 in 10 hours using nothing but a glass of water and an apple. And then underneath that, it's basically input the article that we imported, and it's got a home tab at the top. That is your $1 million page. I don't particularly agree with that, but that is my opinion. It may not be yours. All I'm here to do is review the software. So we now have a web page. There's the option to publish, which is at the bottom right. If you click on the publish button, it will ask you for your FTP host, username, password and default location. All of these details are found with your web hosting company. If you don't have a web hosting company, then there is a FAQ section back on the members page that takes you through that. So we're going to close that. So in essence, the website creator tab is a highly cut down HTML editor. The plus side is, yes, it does create a web page very easily. I'm not entirely impressed with the outcome myself, but I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this kind of thing. It may suit you, it certainly doesn't suit me, and I'm here to give you an honest review of the software. So that's the website creator tab covered. The traffic creator tab. Now this is a bit more interesting, I would say. underneath this section it's got two tabs under Traffic Creator, and there's List Maker and there's Blog Commenter. Now the List Maker has a section called Footprints. Now the footprints refers to what the Traffic Creator refers to. Now bearing in mind, whether you've watched the sales video or not, the sales video states that this is effectively a push button system that within a couple of hours will make you commissions in ClickBank. What it actually is what's called a blog commenter. There are other blog commenters such as Comment Hut. There's the more sophisticated one that is called Scrapebox. This one again is a very, very cut down version of both of the above. Now what it does is you choose your footprint. It gives you 4 pre-configured footprints. The footprint is basically the string or the text that it puts into Google for searching applicable blogs that contain this text. So most blogs contain leave a reply, name required. You'll see this in the comments section at the bottom of a blog where you can leave your comments. Now, commenting on blogs is nothing new. It's highly simple to do, even if you're not using automated software. When you comment on a blog, you can leave your name, your website address, and obviously your comment, which hopefully helps or assists the conversation to do with the web page you're commenting on. In this case, you're going to be leaving these comments in order to drive traffic back to your page where you're selling your product. So what we'll do is we will pick the first footprint, which is leave a reply. It's basically the WordPress blogs it's going to be looking for. You can set maximum results. If you leave maximum results at 0, it will just find every single blog that covers the footprint and the phrases that you will input into the box on the right side. To speed this up, I'm just going to set that to 50. The phrases are basically your keywords for the product, the target market that you're trying to get to come to your blog. So such things as weight loss, lose weight, losing weight fast, what else is there, dieting. So there's 4 phrases. You can put as many phrases as you want into this box, 1 per line. Again, we're just going to choose 4 for this demonstration. Once you've put all that in, you click on the Start button. Now at the bottom left of the screen is done 4. Well, that was quite quick actually, but it will give you a progress of how the search is going. So what we've found is a number of blogs that match both the key phrases you're looking for and the footprints that you searched for. Once you've got your list, you click on Export and you save it into the folder, which is somewhere. Here we are. Save it into the folder of the website you've created. I would create a new folder and possibly call it phrases, or we'll even call it List Maker. And then give it a file name, so you could just call it phrases found. In fact, no, you would call it blogs found for commenting. Another thing that really annoys me is save as type. This is something that's so simple. This should be set to a text file, but it's not. It's just set as nothing at all. So the file is created, whatever format it's saved in, we don't know. I think they could have populated that with something that made sense, but anyway, save that. that is, you now created your list. Now each of these blogs are locations where you're going to create comments on, which is covered in the next section, blog commenter. So blog commenter is pre-populated again with a selection of names, a website, email, and the comments. If you've never seen this syntax or this format of words before, it's called spin text, or what it basically means is you can use a combination of the curly brackets and the straight lines for using multiple versions of the same phrase or same word that the software will automatically spin into different content. Now that might be a bit complicated, so I'll show you what that means. So I've just copied a bit of text out here. So we've got the curly bracket at the start here. That indicates the start of a series of words that mean the same thing, but the software will be able to pull one of them at random and mix it up with the next section. So we've got very, really, extremely, incredibly different versions of the word very, all the way through to outstandingly. So if we go for the next section, just very, very quickly, I realise this is a bit dry, folks, but I'm just trying to explain what's going on here. So there's the next section. So any one of these words, which ends with that curly bracket, added to one of these words within these two curly brackets. So you could have very educational, or incredibly informative, or particularly interesting, or extraordinarily illuminating, and any and all combinations and variations possible. So even though this looks like a complete and utter mess, what it basically is this auto text that will create hundreds if not thousands of variations for the comments that AutoCache Android will post to the blogs. You can do the same in the name section. As you can see, it's already populated with a number of names. You can add to those names if you want to increase the variation. Again, with the curly brackets, you've got the first name in the first section and then the surname in the second section. The website is where you would put your web address into, so yourwebsite.com. This is the important bit, because every comment you create in the website section, it will put your website name in there, and that's going to do two things. One, it will create a backlink from the blog you're commenting on back to your web page, but it will also allow people looking at the comments on the blogs to visit your website should they choose to do so. The email itself isn't particularly important. You can leave it at that, or you can generate something else. I'm not one for spamming blogs. My opinion would be that if you're going to use spun content in the comments section, try and post something that's going to be of use, or is going to contribute to the discussion that's going on between people that have commented on the blogs. I certainly don't condone spam. It's not what I do. I've actually used this myself, and what I've done is I've put my website in for the niche that I'm targeting, along with my email. Okay, so you put your you've got your selection of names, you put your website in the website box, and then put your email into the email section. When you look at the videos on the AutoCache Android website showing you how to use the software, it is suggested that the email itself isn't really important. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't condone, and I certainly don't practice the art of spamming people's blogs for any reason. If you're going to be building up a reputation online for selling products, I believe personally that you should do it the correct way. Spamming blogs is just wrong. I know myself that if I started getting spammed on my blog, I wouldn't be very happy. So I certainly wouldn't want to be doing it to hundreds, if not thousands of people for the sake of getting a few visitors to my website. So my opinion would be to put your proper contact email address in here. The last section is the blogs, and it's looking for the file we just created in the list maker section for commenting. So we click on the browse button and it goes straight to the blogs found for commenting. So you click on that and click open, and that's the blogs loaded in. You've then got the start button. Now what I will do is I'll show you it running, but I don't want to start creating spammy comments on people's blogs. So if you bear with me 1 second, I will just disable my network. So I'm now completely disconnected from the internet, as you can see from the cross at the bottom right. So when you click on start, I'll just pause this to show you. Try that again, sorry. Start, pause. So what it will do is it will check the blog one by one from the list that you created. It will then check to see if the blog has the deCAPTCHA. It will then check to see if the blog has the CAPTCHA protection on it. If it does have the protection, it will skip the blog and simply move on to the next one that doesn't require CAPTCHA entry. Now I'm sorry that the screen isn't showing what it should show, but again, I really don't believe in spamming people's blogs. But this is what the section down at the bottom would show you. So I'll just click stop on that, and I'm going to reconnect to the internet. So that is AutoCache Android.